The toughest survive and the weak die. Or maybe this is why men die earlier than ladies. Home sweet home. The mountains. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. When hiking in the mountains, your decisions equal consequences. Trips like this reveal who you are. You have the gear on your back, you have the brains in your head, and you soon discover the metal you're made of. My name is Matt Lambert, and this is my outdoor YouTube channel. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time.
Just woke up in an amazing day.
Hello everyone, we're back on the trail. Today with me, I got Mark, and we have Brandon again. Mark, can you introduce yourself to the fans?
Yeah, I'm Mark, avid hiker. Been on a couple hikes in the past couple of weeks. Just really enjoy the outdoors.
Brandon, how do you describe yourself in a couple sentences?
I'm the guy that's along for the ride, I guess. Sure, why not? Sounds good.
And we're rolling, folks. We'll see you in a little bit.
Alright. Let's figure out where we are on this map. Around to the lake.
So we're here?
Yeah, just south, so
Okay.
on that side, and then we'll hike along the river to Pinto Lake.
Awesome. How long is this hike?
I think it's about 15-16 kilometers.
One way?
Yeah.
Okay.
One way.
Awesome. We're ready to go.
Go time.
We are on the trail again, folks. Have two gentlemen. It took me a long time to come up with the right words to describe them. We just left the trailhead. It is 12:25 and we are on an amazing adventure. Join us, folks, as we discover Pinto Lake. Hiked in about a kilometer or two and we hit our first river. Found a natural spring. This natural spring is probably safe, but I don't know enough about water to know if it is. So to make sure it's safe, we got this water system, this straw, and the syringe. So, let's see. So flow goes this way. So I'd scoop up the water. Put it in the syringe and then push it through, and then that's clean water that I'd stick into this. Tastes like dirt. And that, they say it works. Right, our first obstacle. Almost a scramble at that one spot, you could call. Yeah, it is. Basic scramble for about 10 feet. All right, let's give her a shot. Ooh-wee. Nice little canyon. And there are the mountains. We're
In a valley on either side.
currently in the middle of nowhere.
This is what it looks like when you're lost.
Are we somewheres in that screen?
I'm thinking so. I think we just... I think we're in this area somewhere along here.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't see any other ways for a path to jet off. from the river, so we'll just continue following it and we should find the river again. Here's the full distance.
We got lost, ladies and gentlemen. We are somewheres.
So originally we wanted to go all the way along there. We took a wrong turn up here and we're now here. So we'll probably just go up to the Lake of the Falls and camp there for the night.
All right, well, we traveled another 2 to 3 kilometers and we're just getting out of the tree line into the snow line. What do you think, Brendan? We've been going hard for a lot of hours.
Well, I imagine we'll figure it was well worth it once we hit the water to, you know, take down some of the inflammation, but until then, you know, gonna just keep smiling and keep walking.
River, I don't know if we want to go further and see if there's a better spot to cross.
Okay.
So we just determined it's not worth crossing the creek. We think if we stay to this side that we'll still reach our destination, but we've been wrong before.
It's been real intense, really steep and slippery. We're tired, and it's definitely would be quite easy to get dizzy and stumble and fall, so we're being quite careful. But guess where we just made it to? So that's the path we're gonna need to take, and we're gonna need to get up there, so just taking a little break and we'll march on. All right, here we go. So I'm not gonna film this and do this at the same time. The plan is to be careful. At about there, we're gonna go on all fours and crawl nice and slowly. It's one of those things. It's beautiful out here, but the consequences are very serious. So for this situation, took a little break, decided whether we'd be able to do it or not, asked each person in the group individually, are you 100% sure you can do that? And everyone said yes, so here we go. Yeehaw, we did it! That wasn't as bad as it looked, eh?
That was a little better. Still, good to be careful.
If we didn't take a break, that would have been much more serious.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But after taking the break, I was very 100% confident I could do that risk-free. We got a storm out there. You probably can't see it in the camera, but she's foggy. I'd say 100% rain, possibly a snowstorm. We'll see what happens. We should be getting close to our destination though, so let's roll. So about us not crossing the creek. That's the trail on that side of the creek, and this is the trail on this side. So we just made an executive decision and have decided to cross the river for real. Mark's going first. Each person's deciding, shoe, not shoe. Challenging decisions. Brandon is getting ready for a flood. Mark is ambitious and is ready to lead the pack. Let's see the results of this crossing.
Woo, that's a joke.
Here we go.
There's no stick around, is there?
That would probably be a good idea.
Alright, here we go.
Crossing the White River. Mark is in his natural habitats, trying to find shelter. crossing the river, he risked his life. And he did it. Woo! Yeah!
Woo! I wore shoes, you know why? Because I'm a man.
Go Brendan!
Now the next creature in the pack is a little skittish. Stayed back to observe.
If you want, you can toss your shoes over so you don't have to carry them. You can toss your shoes over if you want.
The alpha of the pack gives advice to the skittish one. With caution, he looks at his obstacle.
Brendan, it gets really strong right here. It would knock you over.
As fun as it would be to watch him fall in the water, I give him his advice. Because unlike the Discovery Channel, I do not let animals die while I'm watching them. Now he crosses the most dangerous part of the crossing. He grabs a branch. He does it. He does it. Woo! The alpha of the pack shouts and cheers.
The whole group in the herd celebrates. During this time, the one that just crossed has decided to celebrate by eating a plant.
The terror that ran through me, dude.
How was it?
Let's just say current was super strong right there, and I had to go for an extra long step because a short step I was going to lose it and just get sucked away by the current.
Yeah.
And so the pain of the cold and pain of all the hike and whatever, I just had to kind of make a dive for the bank and hold on for dear life.
Like a spike of adrenaline just went through you.
Something like that.
Well,
It was either that or get swept away.
So I was waiting for them to hit the trail. They were still getting ready after crossing the river, and I hear him say, "Ah!" and he starts screaming and panicking, and he goes, "There's a great big or something along that lines," and I was thinking, "Grizzly bear." I was sure the grizzly bear was behind me, but Brendan, what was happening?
Well, Mark's going, what's going on? And I'm in so much pain from a cramp in my quad that I'm having difficulty speaking in general, and thought process wasn't very high, and I was just screaming that I was having a really massive cramp in my quad, and I was about to fall down.
And I hear Mark going, I hear Brendan going, and massive, I'm thinking, massive, I'm gonna die here.
How to travel.
Oh yeah. Maybe next time we're millionaires, we can travel in that way, eh?
Sounds good.
The mud has just gotten thick. My boots are wet. I'll film this. I film a man in his suffering. Brandon is smart. He took the bush route. Poor Mark is wet.
This got to be it. Right there.
Well, this looks like a nice camping site right here. I hope they decide to say let's call it here because I'm tired. What do you think of this as a camping spot? Are we pretty Got a lot of space from people.
Yeah.
Really nice.
A bit far from the water, but whatever.
That's all right.
You still wake up to that.
Yeah.
That's absolutely amazing right there.
I mean, I still like with the fire pit is the main thing. I don't know how many of those there are.
Mm.
There might be other flat spots, but there's already fire pit set up. Then.
All right, guys, good job. Let's get this tent set up and eat and enjoy a good fire.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
All right, so we have gotten the tent set up. Well, they have gotten the tent set up. While they've been doing that, I've been gathering wood, and I got this little guy. It's one of those fast zip things. Greatest invention since sliced bread in the toaster. So there we go. Throw it in and let's light it up. And that will burn for quite a while. And there we go. We have fire, folks. Woo! Mark is cooking us dinner and being sensible. Brendan and I'm already shivering just looking at it, are going to go in this very, very cold lake. And Brendan, what's the reasoning for our madness?
Well, a little trick I learned from learning from Navy SEALs. When they dip you in the ocean, which is cold, that's to constrict all your muscles and squish the lactic acid out. So all that pain that those guys are feeling and they're crying about, and then they're crying about the cold, is actually there to help them. So we're gonna give it a whirl because that hike hurt a whole lot and I want to be able to move tomorrow.
So in other words, hopping in that is gonna help me. I have my doubts at this moment, but we're gonna go for it.
Oh! Oh!
It's cold. Like it's cold.
No, don't do it. You're going to drop your core temperature too much. You're rolling. You are rolling.
Okay, Brendan's shaking the camera because he just started walking in. Yeah, it's cold. Like, it's cold.
Oh.
I might not do it. I'm gonna try.
Oh. Oh. Tougher man than I.
The toughest survive and the weak die. Or maybe this is why men die earlier than ladies. Hurry, Brendan, it's so cold.
Oh, I'm just being a pansy.
Woo! There we go.
I did not last long enough to cause muscle constriction to, oh, but it's cold, yup.
Woo! Most beautiful bathtub I've ever had.
Woo!
There we go.
Oh.
Little cold from the swim, Brendan. Shake. All right, we're having chunky stew. And it's, how is it, Mark?
It is good.
Mark got to use his new stove from last Christmas.
Keep my shoulders in the water.
Nice warm
Quite as
stew.
long.
Nice warm stew after swimming in the cold water. There's literally snow right next to us, so that water is like cold.
Probably somewhere around 4 degrees.
Yeah. Stormy cloud up there.
can see all the fault edges on the cliffs there with the snow. I forget, Mark, what's the proper name for those fault edges?
Cornices.
Cornices, yes.
Cornice.
Now I got some.
Really close to your boots there.
Okay, I got some maple syrup beans. Drying off the boots without trying to catch them on fire. There's Mark through the flames. Brendan. All right, 30 seconds each. How would you explain this hike so far? Brendan.
Well, it was probably one of the longer one-way hikes that we've done, so it's definitely going to be interesting waking up in the morning.
Mark.
Yeah, started off strong. We'll waver a little bit in the middle, and then towards the end we knew we were close, so we just kept pushing, even though our bodies hurt and mentally we were done, but I'm glad we made it. Hopefully we're not too sore.
I like it when we push ourselves just a little bit harder in a different way each time, and we did that this time. We went quite far, our muscles were burning, and yeah, we had a couple technical spots. We took our time. I think we did them quite wisely, and we came to this a little paradise. Yeah, in the mountains. It's a little different. You got the mountains and you got the bush, but here is just a nice big opening, and then there's moss. It's like a little paradise. It's really cool.
And we have neighbors.
Yeah.
Got a bunch of neighbors behind those trees.
So we packed up, ate breakfast, and now we're on just a nice walk around the lake. It's gorgeous. Peaceful little bay.
Alright, so we're doing martial arts. We traveled at 17 kilometers. Yesterday we're stiff, high elevation. We're just at the tree line, so if we're breathing like we're white belts, that's our main excuse, other than not being super good. Alright, let's go. When you see this footage, you gotta realize who Brendan and I are. There are many people that train to work out, to stay fit, stay healthy, but that's not Brendan and I. Brendan and I train because it's our culture as warriors. As an ex-military man and both as mixed martial artist, we train so that we can protect our family when the time comes. We train because we love it, and that's who we are. You'll also note when we train, we're not training to hurt each other. This is called kind of like a light touch spar / we're not even really touching each other. We're finishing our punches just short. You wouldn't always do this because you're not actually fighting. This is a little bit of a play fight, but there are many people that think you just beat each other up to train. That's actually not the case. We very much
take it upon ourselves to make sure we protect our sparring partner and make sure they come out in one piece. And sometimes that means sparring a little harder, because if you don't spar hard sometimes, that means you're training them, you're not giving them the best training. Other times we spar light and make sure that we respect and protect the body of our training partner.
Time comes on.
Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this hike as much as we did. Mark, what's your reviews on this hike? Should someone else do this?
Yeah, I would definitely recommend it. It is a little bit of a trek up here, but definitely worth it when you get up here. Great views. We had great weather when we were here, and yeah, just overall out here loving nature.
That was 17 kilometers one way,
Yeah.
17 kilometers back. That's what we got to do today.
I think something that made it interesting was definitely the river crossing. I wasn't expecting that coming in, but it was fun. It brought a little bit of adventure to the trip.
Oh, it was a tough hike. I'm really sore, and I'm gonna be happy to be home for sure. One thing recommend bringing for sure is change of footwear, because my footwear's soggy now, so I'm trekking back in soggy footwear. Having soggy footwear during the evening while in camp kinda was not awesome.
This is a really cool place to go. You have to work for it. If you're out of shape, you're not going to do this one. You need to keep a good fitness standard, and you need to work for this one to see it. Once you're out here, it's totally worth it. If you want to be out here by yourself, probably do it in a weekday. There'll probably still be a couple people, but here in the weekend there was quite a bit of people, but still you felt the solitude, and it was very relaxing and resetting. So thank you so much for watching. We'll see you on the next episode, folks.